Hi guys, good afternoon from London. Just gone midday here in the office, and we're just having a quick look over some of the markets, how we're positioned ahead of the FOMC later today. So I'm not expecting too much really in the way of aggressive price action, and still got this trend line on the Nasdaq that you can see here. You've got your multiple tests from the downside, and while that's being respected, you know, I do favour, you know, a slow grind higher. But as has been the case in previous times with equities, once we do get a potential break of a well-respected trend line such as this, the move lower could be quite aggressive. So that's something I'm just bearing in mind. Of course, though, with the FOMC later, it's not something I'd want to be chasing too much. Also, from the upside, you can see we're trending down from today as well. So price has got to make a decision soon, and as long as we get squeezed in, the technical break higher or lower for me makes sense either way. Yesterday we saw copper, as you can see here, break quite a key technical level, an area where it hadn't really broken and closed above really going back since, you know, July last year. So it's quite a key break there, and looking more intraday. Should we come back to retest any of these highs that we marked up with the rectangles, I think would be a good place where the buyers might want to come back in again. You can see just how strong a resistance level that had been, and it was the fifth test really yesterday afternoon that we saw the accelerated push higher. So little retest back to there for me would be a good opportunity potentially, all things considered, where you might want to look to get long. Looking at here the Canadian dollar against the US dollar, we just saw oil earlier just push a bit lower, and you know, should that continue down this afternoon, then I would expect to see a bit of weakness perhaps come into the Canadian dollar due to that correlation of the two. And we're starting to have a bit of a trend perhaps form from those lows from yesterday, and that's contained for now. But the idea that I do like the look of is if we were to have yesterday's high, which is this afternoon, this morning's low, also go with this rectangle area here, then I could see a decent opportunity for the sellers to get back in, really targeting the previous high that we had back on Monday overnight and that morning. This one here, you'd be really relying on oil to sort of lead the way. But with the FOMC later this evening, I'm not expecting too much here. Just having a look at the US 10-year, I think, you know, while today's range is small, it wouldn't be surprising to see that really contained for now. Should we grind higher up to the high that we had back on the 8th, not a bad place where the sellers might start to look to come in. And likewise, if we were to perhaps push lower to a previous level of, you know, resistance turn support, you could expect the buyers to also like the look of getting in at that point, but not expecting too much really ahead of the minutes later this evening.